Welcome back, hunters. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, where I've been looking forward to this hunt for a little while. And there's a number of reasons I have that I'll show you off. I'll talk about after we're back from the hunt. But today we're going after a 3rd generation exclusive subspecies, and it's actually probably going to be the start of a number of them. I just gotta grab a few things, because this is probably going to be a bit more of a herdy hunt, because of what we're going after this time. And you know what, maybe I'll bring tranq bombs, just in case. Okay, so that's good. We'll go buy some ammo, just if we need. And what we're going after today is the sand Barioth. At least I think it's called the sand Barioth. It's the desert subspecies of Barioth that we've only seen introduced in Monster Hunter Portable 3rd, made its Western debut in 3 Ultimate, and we've not seen again since. Yeah, we'll take the water shot as well. Okay, so that's looking good there. I've got the things to make more normal shots. And let me show you the build I'm using, because this is probably going to change up after this episode, or next episode, we'll see. But what I'm using right now is the Lagiacrus set, the Vandals, and the King's Talisman with that evade distance +6. Now, what this is going to give us is the normal Rapid Up is built into the set, the Recoil Down +1, and the Weakness Exploit and Status. So these four skills are active from the base set alone. But I slotted in the Evade Distance to try to give us a little bit of a better edge using the Heavy Bowgun. I'm hoping after this hunt we'll see what we unlock, but maybe we'll either get a new armor set to farm for, or we'll see what decorations are available. But let's just eat, and then we'll be off and on our way. Yeah, let's... Actually, I'm not sure if I want to go for Temper or Sharpshooter. I guess we'll do Temper. Just because Temper... These work just like how they do in World and Iceborne, where you get either the normal shots do more damage without a deviation change, or all shots with Temper get a little damage boost, but you gain the deviation. Considering the Vandals already has a pretty heavy deviation to the left, I'm kind of getting used to using that, or working with that as a weapon, so things looking good, except... Alright, we have Cha-Cha, who should be able to give us the heat cancellation. Yeah, it's just called Sand Barioth. From an eagle-eyed observer, report begins. Sand Barioth is unspotted on the sandy plains. Stop. Request immediate support from all available skilled hunters. Stop. Situation is spiraling out of control. Report ends. Yeah, Sand Barioth here is a master of the Slingshot technique. I'm not going to explain more. You should understand immediately when we get into a... Oh, okay, it'll be at night. You'll understand what I mean by that as soon as we get into a hunt with him. I'm surprised he's a subspecies that hasn't really been carried forward. He's not really all that different from Barioth. I mean, same skeleton, retexture. But he is one of the 3rd gen exclusive subspecies, so we haven't seen him make a comeback yet. It's hard to say if he will. Like, he's very, very different from how you're used to fighting Barioth. Let's just get that loaded up. Cha-Cha is going to give us that... I think he's going to give us that heat negation. There we go. So that saves me 2 inventory slots from not having to bring cold drinks or hot drinks, which is very nice as a gunner. You had the gunner pouch as, well, a gunner back in these days. Oh, there he is. But you still had a lot of stuff taking up the other room, like the combo books, the charms. So I basically only have like 1 page of inventory space free, so... I took a little too long there. My apologies to you guys, right when we were about to get into a fight. Or get into the hunt. But we'll go track him down. You can just see him flying up there. I thought he would give us a little bit of time I could actually get a shot in, kinda trigger him. But I guess we'll do that down here. Yeah, there he is, just coming in for a landing. So this is where we're going to see quite a bit of a different... Well, maybe not as much as a difference, I think. There's just a few attacks that are really different than what you're... Such as that. World and Iceborne, probably more familiar with it. Ooh. But that's not all he does with that twister shot. Here we go. There's his little slingshot move. And he uses that a lot. So we'll have to be a bit careful of that because it can be pretty potent. Okay. Oh. Well, the evade distance isn't exactly helping so far. Oh. But I think Sand Barioth could be a lot better with a bit of like a graphical update. You can sort of see like his arms have tiger striping to it. Uh-oh. Well, we got a nice close look there. But he's got a little bit of tiger striping on the arms. I think if they were to do that with more of the body, I think Barioth would, or Sand Barioth, maybe even a renaming, this subspecies would probably be a lot more standout-ish. Nope, there's the tusks broken, which is good. Okay, there we go. For some reason, the camera was being a little weird and wouldn't lock onto him. That's why it was kind of just walking around there for a bit. So let's see if I can break those legs. I don't know if he actually does the slips like he does... Oh. Well, speaking of slips, he's gone over now. Oh, there's the other one. I'm actually going to work at using some of the exhaust shots if I can on him. Nope, get some good distance from that tornado, because he does like to do those right at you pretty quick, or pretty often. Ooh. Yeah, so he actually isn't as different as I thought. Maybe it's G rank he'll see a bit more moves, but I'm used to him being a lot more brutish than regular Barioth is. Ooh. Although that said, he's still giving me a good beating. Yeah, I think G rank is a lot better of a representation of him, because I thought he does a lot more, or, well, a little bit more with the tornadoes, and he's a lot faster with how he tries to attack you. There we go. Yeah, the exhaust shots, I used to write them off as not really being that good, but there's a few things that they can really help you with. One of them is if you're, I mean, it's not a time to bring it up, but if you ever have to fight Lagiacrus, and you're kind of sick of him being in the water, use those exhaust shots on him. Ooh, Cha-Cha got a nice hit with the... Oh, and they can actually do that too. So what do I got? Oh. Let's see about unloading quite a bit into him now. If you unload exhaust shots into monsters, it only takes like 3 or 4 before it seems to like really weaken them to the fatigue point where you see them drooling and they like have the long wind downs. Oh wow, I kind of feel bad for their poor Barioth here. Now, why did that come off again? I'll have to double check my key bindings for this, but... Ow. Still gets a few good hits in on us. But we can give them right back. Wow. I gotta admit, the Flatidius, it just shreds. But then again, with the power level on it of 374, you can understand why. All of the other, like, element bowguns, or heavy bowguns, they are only able to get up to, like, 309. So... yeah, the Flatidius will just shred through a lot of stuff. And then also helps, too, that we have the weakness exploit and the normal up. Just makes it an incredible powerhouse. I think what we'll do is we'll capture him to try to get a boost in the rewards. I can't remember how the game is how generous the game is for rewards when you capture. I'm not sure if it's just like added in behind the broken part rewards, or you actually see some more in the standard stuff. But we'll just kind of wait a moment, let him land, get comfy, or go to sleep, whatever he'll do. So I think we should be good to... Oh, you can actually hear, like, feline sounds. I didn't realize that. Yeah, so let's see if we can get Kyamba to put the trap down. And I think it's going to be 3 trank bombs if we want to capture him. Wake up, you. Just a little kick. So come on this way. No, well, I mean, kind of yes, but not exactly. There we go. 1, 2... Yeah, the trank bombs were a little weird back in these games. Or, well, back in 3rd gen. You need 2 for the low rank monsters, 3 for the high rank. I'm assuming you actually need 4 for G rank, but we'll have to find out when we get up there. But doesn't he look so pretty with a possibly broken neck now that I look at that angle to it? It does not look comfortable, does it? But we'll see what rewards we get from this. Also take a look at the armor set and the skills on that. I don't think there's going to be anything really to show us for heavy bowgun from him. I don't think Barioth has anything 3rd gen. But we'll see what the skills are for his armor. I can't remember what they are. I'm guessing there might be something about evasion because of regular Barioth, but we'll just wait and see. There we go. Just gotta see what the rewards are, and then we'll be right back to the village. So, we've got ourselves Pelt, Carapace, another Pelt. Ooh, Indigo Tusks. That's actually something that's kind of hard to see with him. Maybe when it's more in the daylight you can see, but Sand Barioth is supposed to have indigo or bluish colored tusks. Bluish or purple? I actually can't remember. And then a Wyvern Stone, a couple of Rugged Plura. Those I need for something else. Yeah, so new. And save there. Oh. Everybody got something to say? Nope, just the captain. Okay. What do you got to mention? A lot of laughter. No laughing matter. Mayhap you already hear. Very rare monster side off village coast. Look just like Lagiacrus. Merchant friend of Arksy Captain tries to sail through the area. Dokkan. Monster smash friend's boat to pieces. Thankfully, friend good swimmer, but cargo not know how to swim. All lost. Lost to say that monster ivory in color, extremely violent. Mayhap not even my dirty fencing stand chance. In fact, I very full of worry my Argosy next be smashed. Dokkan. Dagashikashi. You great hunter. Possible you can defeat this menace, very slightly possible. So, that's a little hint to what'll eventually be the next urgent quest for the village, which is an Ivory Lagiacrus. And it's... Actually, I'll have to see what he's like, because I think Lagiacrus in more modern iterations is basically just Lagiacrus, because of the lack of underwater stuff now. Salutations, Hunter, you hear? Arksy Captain's friend get attacked by monster. Captain Strong, dirtiest of all dirty fencers, so if you already pack it in, mayhap this Oshime for Neko. Nani? Oh, Oshime means deep doo-doo. Okay, is that all? Oh, and you're here. Kind of hidden out of the way there, Chief. And I'm literally inside you. My apologies. I can't believe the captain's friend would be attacked by that monster, of all things. Sound like I know what's behind the attack? Well, I guess time you finally learn the truth. Say, I ever tell you I used to be a hunter myself? Of course, that was ages ago. If only you could have seen me then. Fearless, dashing, solid muscle from head to toe, underwater hunts were my thing. I was invincible, or so I thought. That one monster did me in, drove me straight into retirement. It did. I expect it's the same monster that attacked the captain's friend. It's a legendary beast, one that rarely appears. The Ivory Lagiacrus, also known as the Conqueror of Land and Sea. That thing's in a league of its own, heck, it's in a dimension of its own. Huh? How'd it beat me? The ivory Lagiacrus is like no beast I ever faced. I thought I had it licked with my underwater hunting skills. I got cocky. It climbed ashore right when I was about to deal the fatal blow. And that's when it launched its ferocious thunder attack. On land or in the sea, that thing is unbeatable. It's an apex predator. The Sedaeus you beat, ivory Lagiacrus could eat it for breakfast. So that kind of tried to hype it up a bit. And I really do think the more I'm thinking back on it, I think that a lot of Ivory's moveset was just given to regular Lagiacrus because of the underwater that's never made a return. Okay, so first we'll look at armor, so let's see about Sand Barioth. Shouldn't be too far. There it is. Attack, heat resistance, and... That's a bit odd. You get the evade distance, but you're going to have negative evasion. And it's not really too different. Yeah, it's basically just a recolor of regular Barioth. Although if you do like a little bit of a difference in... It does have a few different colors, whereas Barioth just white. At least this one has like a little bit of the gradient to it, where you have the yellowish down to more of the red in the midsection. But I don't think we'll be making that, just because it feels like a trade-off. Instead, though, if I'm right... There we go. These are what I wanted Sand Barioth for most of all. It's the Evasion 3. Because if I can slot in enough of these on an armor set, I can get the Evasion +1 or +2, which will be much better than the Evade distance. Basically think of this as comparing the Evade Extender in Iceborne to the Evade window in Iceborne. One lets you dodge very far, the other one can let you dodge right through attacks with the iframes, and that's what I'd like to work to. So all that needs are the pelt pluses, which is good to know. And we'll just take a look at heavy bowguns, just in case I'm mistaken. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it. But what I can do, well, with enough hunts, is we can actually upgrade the Jen Moran's heavy bowgun. And that puts it up to 340 without a power barrel. So it probably is going to be rivaling the Deus for power once we can get this upgrade done. It just needs a couple more rugged pluras. And, oh, actually I'll check with you guys. Normally you get something. Yeah, there we go. So we only need one rugged plura, which is very good. Kiamba, what? Nope, nothing from Kiamba. Yeah, I decided to give Kiamba the Pitfall Mask just because... I think I mentioned it before, the artillery mask fires at the closest monster, whether it's large or small, so it has a frequency to not pay off as much. Oh, I'm actually surprised. Normally when you get the red little text box, you actually have like the little yellow bubbled as well. Did you hear what the RC captain had to say? Apparently a monster resembling Lagiacrus attacked a friend of his. The captain's a master of dirty fencing, but even he seems to be afraid of this thing. Oof. Oh my... Did Monster Hunter have oof before it might have became popular with Roblox? Because, like, how old is 3 Ultimate? Lagiacrus are bad enough, I'd hate to think that they have extended family on the loose. Anyway, voila, the requests never stop. Yep, as you'd expect, subspecies quests are the flavor of the moment, so stay sharp. Or in the words of the redoubtable... Argus Captain, de wa, the sea breeze beckons. Inspiring, am I right? Now get out there and hunt. Yeah, so what do we have now? Okay, triple threat is one I can do on my own time. Double subspecies hunt of Pink Rathian and Azure Rathalos. A Black Diablos, I'm definitely going to want the evasion stuff for him. A Steel Uragon. And a Glacial Ignactor. You know, I think we're going to do Glacial this week as well. I'm just going to probably keep what I've got for loadout right now. I actually don't think I didn't overly use too much. So let's restock right now, just because we are right here. And we'll go after Glacial Ignactor, because there is another bowgun we can make from him. Let's make the... Yeah, let's get the exhaust, because surprisingly, again, I was a bit of a sleeper on the exhaust ammo. I'd highly recommend it if you have monsters that are, like, a little too frustrating at full enrage or full stamina. Because it doesn't take very much, it puts the monster down, and, like, again, for Lagiacrus, if you're pain in the water, or pain in the rear to fight underwater, pump a few exhaust rounds in him, he'll go right to shore and you can fight him up there. I found it very helpful for when I was trying to get Lagiacrus plates and to get the tail off. It's a pain to try getting him underwater. Oh lord. Alright. Oh no, I did grab a shock trap, so... Okay, it was just more trank bombs. Maybe a paintball. There we go. Okay, so I think that wraps this episode up of 3 Ultimate here. That was a little bit of a hunt for a Sand Barioth. He's kind of mediocre right now. I think in G rank he'll get a little bit more to him, but I still think he's a monster that could be a lot more beefed up in a way. Like, look at how Barioth got his treatment with Iceborne and, well, just Iceborne, really. Now, imagine if you had less ice attacks, but more, like, physical swipes and stuff like that. I just feel like a lot of 3rd gen could carry forward and be really, really good. I mean, there's a reason why so many 3rd gen monsters have continued through. Barioth, Uragon, Devil's Joe. Who else? Well, we got... Come on, I'm trying to think who else. Barioth, Devil's Joe, Uragon. A lot of Brute Wyverns, but Barioth is one that's been carrying along as well. Is that really it? I feel like I'm missing a lot more than I should be. Well, Brachydios as well, and Zenogre. There we go, they're rolling along. I think it's just because a lot of the Brute Wyverns have been carried forward. But anyway, yeah. We're going to end things here before I ramble into something else. Thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. If you did like the series, be sure to give it a like, or if you did like the video as well. And if you have any comments, tips, tricks, or requests of any of the gear in-game you might like to see in a video, be sure to let me know, and I can always do it in the next video or one of the videos to come. Until I see you all in the next episode, though, survivors and hunters alike, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.